like this angle. I can see right where the edge of the weed bed is. Let's try and put this jig right on the edge. Strike King Pro Model jig, 3/8 ounce. Would really love to catch a fish on a jig. I've never caught a fish on a jig. And I just spent lots of money on these trailers. I'm gonna pair it with this Cowboy, Gary Yamamoto. I did not think that was a fish, and I put that jig over here a couple times. Looks like another male. Awesome, bro. You go protect your nest. There's gotta be more bass out here. See this weed bed? I don't know if you can see it on the GoPro. Then there's another one right out there, and I think they're gonna be right on the edge. I'm trying to fish it as good as I possibly can with the jig, because I really want to catch a jig fish. This jig does have rattles on it though. Maybe I need to switch to a non-rattling jig. Such a good looking bait. It's just no bites. I think I want to try this guy. Yeah, it's not too big, man. It looks good. Golly, that looks good. I don't understand why they wouldn't eat it. That's got to be a bed, right? I didn't see any fish on it earlier, but it is like a perfect circle. Let's go take this jig out to the weeds, to the weed bed, and see if we can pick up that fat female. It is right in the middle of that opening. Come on, bass, give me my first jig fish. I know you gotta be there. I know jigs catch fish. I've seen John B catch 100 fish on jigs. Why can't I get a bite? See, this weed bed goes like that. We're gonna cast on that side of the weeds and then bring it, because I think the bass have their beds right on the edge of the weeds or just inside the weeds. Now we'll make that same cast with the Wacky Worm right down the edge of that weeds and see if we can get a fish. Got him! Oh, that was my first jig bite. Oh, that was awesome. I saw the fish too. Dang it, that was awesome. I was just dragging it like that, like kind of swimming it. All right, well, he was in the weeds. Maybe they're bedding in the weeds. I need to start casting like in the weeds instead of on the edge. Well, that was exciting. Got my first bite on the jig. I saw the fish too. I know it was a fish. See, maybe he'll bite it again. He was right over there. Got him. Oh, I think he's stuck in those reeds. Darn it. I'm pretty sure he came off. There he goes right there. Oh man, that's a big one. Gosh darn it. Look at how big that bass is. That's a big bass. There it is right there. It's right there. It was way up in those shallows. Its bed has got to be up there. He's probably making his way back around. We'll let him cool off for a minute. Or her. It was, yeah, it had to have been a female. It was huge. Got him! Oh, come on! Oh, stupid weeds! Let's try the 3-aught. I need a new leader. Going 20 pound. Let's do the green pumpkin red flake. It's a sunny day. Let's give it a little sparkle. Yeah, that ZinkerZ green pumpkin red flake looks good. And I got it on this 3-aught WRM 202 hook. So we're gonna try this and see if it's any better than the 2-aught. Oh yeah, look at how much more it has. Let's see if it sinks straight. Oh yeah, that looks so good. And I have a little bit more gap. Get into that big mouth of theirs. Please be the big one, please be the big one. Well, we know the red works. It's not the big one though. Oh. Oh, don't drift in on that big one. He came out for it. Dang, look at his spots. He's so pretty. That is a pretty bass right there. Now I see why that big old female picked you, bro. Such a dark line. Let's let him go. Well, that 3-aught works good. I like that 3-aught. It just looks better. It looks like there's more gap, more room for that fish to get it in his mouth. Golly, they're still jumping up there. It's crazy. Oh, please be the big one. Oh, this might be the big one. Oh, this might be the big one. Oh, yeah, come on. Oh, it is the big one. Oh, don't come off, don't come off. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, this is the big one. Oh, that's a big bass. This is probably my personal best of the year. Gosh, look at him pull. Oh, she's a big bass. Look at the head on her, come on. Oh, I'm not left-handed. Got her. Oh, holy shoot, man. Oh. Why would I not bring a scale? Oh my gosh. Look how thick that bass is. Oh. What? I didn't even take the hook out. It just fell out. How was it hooked? It just came right out. I did not get a good hook set on her. I am so surprised she didn't come off. Look how big that fish is. It's not quite as big as Tim's was. I guarantee you it's 5 pounds. That is a big fish. I'm gonna measure it on my rod, and then we'll measure my rod when I get back home. Rod against the kayak, fish's tail against the kayak. It's just above the ACK. It's like right here. Holy crap, that's a big bass. Oh, I'm so glad I got the big one. Oh, they're so rare in Lake Bastrop. These big ones like this, they're so rare. Look at that monster. Look how thick she is. Oh, I gotta switch arms. That's a big bass, you guys. Dang. That's my personal best of the year. And I do not have a scale. I'm such an idiot. I need to start just leaving it in the kayak. But yeah, that's a big bass. Look how big it is compared to my arm. It's like I'm like, look at that. That's a big bass. I need to get her back so she can get back to her nest. I don't want her to lose all her babies. But thank you, big girl, for biting. Yes, let's let you go. Dang, she went way back up in there. Yeah, that was that bass I saw earlier. That was the big one. Yes. Oh, hey, you guys. I don't know what to say. That weedless wacky worm is my go-to. It just works. I had one bite on the jig. I've honestly fished like every other cast trying that jig, and that wacky worm is getting them today. It's shallow. It's reedy. Golly, they're still jumping over there. I'm gonna go see if I can get that one. I'm gonna throw the jig now. Maybe I'll get him on the jig. But yeah, that was awesome. Hopefully we got some good underwater footage of that monster bass. I tried to get a good measurement of it, and we're just fishing these shorelines and these weed beds, and they're up in here spawning. Such a good time. Whew. There's a bass right there. That's another nice one. It's not as big. Oh, there's the little male. Look at that. Dang, they're trying to get it. And this is right where I casted too. I'll bet you one of those fish are the one that I lost earlier. Look at that though. The hook didn't even come through. Like, I didn't even touch this worm since I hooked that bass. Look at it, it didn't even come through. He must have just been like barely on the edge. So crazy I landed that fish. That's why you always keep tension on. Golly, that was awesome. Whew. But it looks like they might be stacked up in here, because we just saw two more on this side. I keep seeing one jumping over here. I don't know if it's a bass or... Oh, I got another one. Oh. Golly, they're stacked in there. Oh, sorry, I was supposed to throw the jig. Oh, little guy. What are you in there jumping around? Like a little teenage bass. See, man, that jig is just so hard to fish for me. It just keeps getting caught in the weeds. Makes a big old splash. I'm drifting too far in. See if I can give a cast over here. Yeah, this jig is useless to me. I have an idea. Let's use one of these Hayabusa 3/0. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this jig off, and we're gonna use this Gary Yamamoto Cowboy rigged Texas style. Let's do weedless, weightless Texas style, because it is so shallow in there. I want to give them every opportunity they can to eat it. That looks good. Oh yeah, that's gonna get eaten. That looks just like a crawfish, you guys. I need to loosen this up because I'm used to casting that big old jig. Yeah, perfect. And he is super weedless, Texas style, so should have no problem getting in and out of those weeds. Whoa, there's a garpike trying to eat it. You see that? That's so cool. Look at that garpike. He was trying to eat it. Yeah, there we go. There's a little bass looking at it right there. Nothing though, he didn't take it. So I've seen fish look at this cowboy, but nothing has taken it. The garpike looked at it, that little bass looked at it, and it's not as weedless as I would like. Maybe it's because of that flat nose. Hey y'all, I hope you enjoyed that episode of Every Other Cast. We tried the jig versus the wacky worm. I only got one bite on the jig. I changed the jig out because it kept getting caught in the weeds, and I found out these bass are real shallow. So I just put that jig trailer, the Gary Yamamoto Cowboy, on a weedless Texas rig. And I had a gar pike follow it and a bass look at it, but no bites. And I ended up catching 3 bass on 3 different casts with the Wacky Worm. I don't know, man, that Wacky Worm is hard to beat, especially when they're on beds shallow, and you can catch some big fish. That one I caught was like 5 pounds at least. I'm gonna get a measurement. I'll post it here. I'll measure my rod when I get home because I measured it against my rod. I kind of like doing this every other cast. It gives you a good practice on baits you may not know, and just lets me know which baits work best. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something, and remember to fish, learn, repeat. Catch you on the next one. I'm gonna give the Cowboy one last try because that fish was right up there. Let's get turned here. So my GoPro died right as I casted, and then he bit. Look at this bass. Something's wrong with him, but he ate the Cowboy. I caught one on the Cowboy. Like, go figure. But look at this bass. He's like broke back bass. But he ate that Cowboy. I am not skunked on the Cowboy. And yeah, he was way up in these shallow reeds here. I saw him jump, positioned myself for the fish, and then my GoPro died. What's the luck, man? But at least you guys get to see it. There she is right there, or he is. It looks like a male. Let me get him unhooked. There we go. Ooh. Wow, my phone has water in the camera. That's why it looks so blurry. That's crazy. Anyways, here's that fish, guys. Just a little male, all broke back. Check that out. Let's get a release. What's beeping? Oh my gosh, crazy. Well, Cowboy, you did me good today. I got one on you. Let's see if we can get another one. Ooh, ooh. That's a decent one. All right, Cowboy, I'm sorry I sold you short too soon. You were putting them in the boat. The sun, that's a pretty fish right there. Get back and protect them eggs. This bait's pretty cool. It's got the dual twisty tail fins. It's got these little flappers here and then these ball things. I'm just fishing it weedless and weightless, Texas style. Come on, Cowboy, don't let me down. Get that guy right on him. Well, he didn't want the Cowboy. Let's see if he'll take the Wacky Worm. Oh, yep. Oh, yeah. You didn't want that Cowboy, but you wanted that Wacky Worm. Here we go. Another nice little male, way up in here shallow. He was chasing bait fish. You getting hungry? Protecting those eggs. There he goes. Right back up shallow where he was. Gosh, that's so much fun to catch them when they're shallow like that. Look how shallow he is. Well, Cowboy, you had a good run, but the Wacky Worm put it in. Yeah, this is one of my favorite setups right here. My SLX DC with my ACK worming rod. It's awesome. It's an awesome setup. All right, no bite that cast. Let's do the same cast. Ooh, there's that bass right there. That's cool. I love seeing them in the clear water like that. So awesome. Ooh, I got him a little farther up in there. Oh, I got picked up. Yes! Oh, that's a nice one too. Oh, it's another male though. Come on, buddy. Open your mouth. Right in the top. Right in the top of his mouth. What in the world? He's got like leeches or something in there. Yeah, let's pick these leeches off, huh? Help this guy out. There we go. And you're leech free, little guy. Go have some more fun. I've been waiting for a day like this all spring. It's so beautiful out here. No wind, no people. It's a Tuesday. Going out on a Tuesday. All right, Wacky, do me dirty. Let's get in there and get one. Oh, my Wacky Worm's all screwed up. So see that, guys? These ZinkerZs, they don't get tore up. See? Like, it's still in good shape. Oh darn, that was something jumped right there. It's still in good shape, sorry. It's still in good shape. But when they get used like this, they lose all the salt. So they float. Watch this. Bloop. See? You can't fish it wacky if your worm is floating. See, like, that's not going to catch anything. So that's the only thing that is bad about these ZinkerZs, is they may last a long time for fishing. They might catch a bunch of fish, but then once they lose their salt, they float and you can't fish them weedless wacky anymore. Another thing you do not want to do is, they're real stretchy, right? Like this. But if you do this, if you stretch them out like that, and you're like, oh, look how awesome these are and stretchy, and then you put it in the water, it floats. Like completely floats. You let all the salt out, and it'll just float like that. And then you can't even fish it anymore. Oh, came back here. So, just a couple tips about those ZinkerZs. We might give this 1 or 2 more casts with the Cowboy, because we don't have to worry about that floating. And then we're gonna get on out of here. Got him! This is a decent one. Oh, maybe not. Ooh, little guy. There we go. Nice little guy. Epic day, guys. Epic day. Are you spawning? There's no way you're spawning. You're too little. Get out of my flip-flop. Get out of my flip-flop. No. I forgot that other rod was back there. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. That is awesome.